One strong recommendation to watch on streaming, and one that was divisive. I'm reviewing the first 2 episodes of The Studio, a new series that premiered this week on Apple TV+, and Conclave, an Oscar-nominated film that's been out for a while but is now streaming on Peacock. The Studio is an uproarious comedy series that gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the Hollywood studio system. Seth Rogen plays Matt Remick, the newly promoted head of fictional Continental Studios. Rogen is also a co-writer, co-director, and created the series. He gives a great comedic performance as the self-absorbed studio head who loves movies and wants to make quality films that also make money. He's thwarted by his own boss, played by the absolutely hilarious Bryan Cranston, who demands that Matt make a movie about the Kool-Aid Man, because if Warner Brothers can make a movie about Barbie that rakes in $1 billion, they can do it with the Kool-Aid Man. Director Martin Scorsese stars in episode 1, playing himself, the A-list director tapped for the Kool-Aid movie. Scorsese thinks he'll be making an art film about Jonestown, the cult where everybody died drinking Kool-Aid laced with cyanide. The show has a nearly perfect score from critics on Rotten Tomatoes. Episode 1 has cameo appearances from Charlize Theron, Paul Dano, and Steve Buscemi. Now, we've watched these actors for years, and it's great to watch them playing themselves, especially comedic versions of themselves. Paul Dano, Oscar winner, plays a death scene in a mid-action flick he's starring in. So funny. Episode 2 is a slapstick comedy that pokes fun at the one-take shot. Sometimes called the oneer, the one-take shot has been done by Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, and now every auteur in Hollywood wants to film a oneer. Seth Rogen's character attends the filming of a oneer by Continental Studios, but keeps ruining the shot, so they have to start filming all over again from the beginning, repeatedly. Kudos to Seth Rogen, who ends up injured and covered in blood. Now, this series has signs of greatness, and I hope we get several seasons, even after Seth Rogen wins Emmys in multiple categories for his achievement with The Studio. Now on to the movie Conclave, a story about the process of electing a new pope. It's an ambitious film, and the overall message seems to be that God works in mysterious ways. Now, we're given a twist ending that seems to illustrate that message, but the movie ends without resolving the twist or any other controversy set out in the movie. Most critics love the film, though. It has a 93% rating from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences gave it 86%. But many Catholic moviegoers were offended by how the cardinals were portrayed, as rather carnal, not all that spiritual, and some candidates for the office of Pope are downright corrupt. Ralph Fiennes was Oscar-nominated for his role as the Dean of the College of Cardinals, Thomas Lawrence. His name could be an homage to T.E. Lawrence, who was Lawrence of Arabia, an Englishman who fought for Arab nationalism. Cardinal Lawrence, as well, sides with the liberal faction of the Catholic Church in its dealings with Muslims. But the conservatives, led by Cardinal Tedesco, advocate for an all-out religious and cultural war in the movie, especially after a bomb goes off outside the Vatican. Tedesco is played by Sergio Castellitto in a fiery performance. About the twist ending, and this is a spoiler warning. The spoilers will begin in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The cardinal who's eventually elected pope is Cardinal Benitez of Kabul, Afghanistan. Before Kabul, he served in many war-torn regions. From the beginning of the movie, he's presented as saintly, the only candidate even remotely worthy of being pope. Well, he is elected pope, and as it turns out, he's intersex. This is the twist ending. Benitez has both male and female reproductive organs, which is a biological phenomenon, although it's extremely rare. Apparently, his DNA profile says he's female, so this secret is revealed to Cardinal Lawrence at the end of the movie. He decides to keep it a secret, and because intersex people are very rare, to that extent, this story could be Much Ado About Nothing. This movie doesn't bother to explain Catholic Church controversies. Currently, only men can be priests. Now, some folks want to liberalize the Catholic Church by ordaining women, and so here's Cardinal Benitez, who's technically a woman, although outwardly he appears male. And that's the end of the movie. We're not told what happens now that an intersex person who's technically a woman has become the new pope. Instead, we're given literary symbols to ponder. Cardinal Lawrence finds a small turtle that wandered out of the aquatic garden in the Vatican. He places the turtle back in the water. And then he looks out the window into the plaza where 3 nuns are whispering and laughing with each other. So, in examining these symbols, maybe the 3 nuns could represent the Holy Trinity or the Holy Spirit, the third person of the Trinity who's not seen. God the Father is seen, Jesus the Son is seen, but faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So it's a birthing image, a feminine image, where something is born out of nothing. And that's just one reason why many folks believe the Holy Spirit has feminine aspects. As for the turtle, it's an aquatic creature that, strangely enough, can't breathe underwater. So it could represent an individual stuck between 2 worlds, like Cardinal Benitez, or it could represent Cardinal Lawrence himself, Ralph Fiennes' character, stuck between heaven and earth. He chooses the pragmatism of earth, chooses to keep the secret of the new Pope's circumstances, although in heaven, dualities and oppositions would be done away with. The fact that they have to keep the secret is also a criticism of conservatives. For example, Cardinal Tedesco in the film warns against electing a pope who's not European. Now, some moviegoers thought his character was written to be divisive. Tedesco, the conservative, and the leader of the liberals, Cardinal Bellini, are both portrayed as overtly political in the way that they lobby for themselves to be chosen as pope. Now, many moviegoers thought this portrayal of the Catholic Church was not accurate or that it was sensationalized. But by using the word sensationalized, I'm not implying that the movie is fast-paced or exciting. It's not. Although Conclave has some impressive moments in the first half hour. The camera does a 360 of the Sistine Chapel, although it's a movie set, not the real Sistine Chapel. But the cinematic grandeur is limited to the first half hour of Conclave. Most scenes take place in stuffy quarters where the cardinals are sequestered while they're voting on the new pope. So this movie isn't an exciting watch. The twist ending and the symbols that I talked about are crammed into the last 15 minutes of the movie. But you might enjoy Conclave, especially if you're wondering how the College of Cardinals elects new popes. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.